Namaha. Chaitanya Shashvata Shantaha Vyomatito Niranjanaha Bindunada Kalatitaha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jnana Shakti Samarudhaha Tattvamala Vibhushitaha Mukti Mukti Pradata Cha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Aneka Janma Samprapta Karma Bandha Vidahine Atmajnana Pradhanena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shoshanam Bhava Sindhoscha Jñāpanam Sara Sampadaha Guruh Padodakam Samyaka Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Na Gururadhikam Tattvam Na Gururadhikam Tapaha Tattvajñānāt param nāsti Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Mannādha Shri Jagannātha Madguru Shri Jagadguru Madatma Sarvabhutātma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Gururadirānādischa Guruh Paramadaivatam Guruh Parataram Nasti Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tvameva Mata cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva.
Namaste, all of you.
Recording in progress.
Om Sadashiva Samarambha Shankaracharya Madhyama Asmadacharya Paryanta Vande Guru Parampara Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheswara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahi Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidyushavahih. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. (15) Jnanam jñeyam tatha jñātā tritayam nasti vastavam ajñānāt bhāti yatredam sohamasmi niranjana. Good. So he says, Jnanam jñeyam tatha jñātā tritayam nasti vastavam iti. Earlier verses we saw, okay, because when you talk Sanskrit, so automatically this visarga anusar automatically comes. English also, okay, saha. No problem. So jnanam jñeyam tatha jñātā etat tritayam vastavam na asti. Yatra idam ajñānata bhati saha aham asmi niranjana. So if we look at, especially after seeing that I am someone, not what I have, but I am someone who exactly am I. Few verses we saw, that's why my salutations to myself. After seeing this, let us say truth, not concept, one need to work to avoid it. That is the most important aspect. Sometimes when we look at anything, we may not own up that. And when we do not own up that, that doesn't become ours. So here also, understanding to be owned up. And when you own up the understanding, that understanding becomes yours. Or else you will quote Shastra says this, you will quote Guru says this. But what you say, that also is important to you. However, here it says, look, that jñānam, jñeyam, tatha jñātā. So we have this, we call it tripuṭi. So this tripuṭi, three things. What are they? Jnanam, knowledge, jñeyam, to be known, and jñātā, knower. And he says, look, these three, tritrayam nasti vastavam iti. In reality, it is not real. So why it is not real? Etat tritayam vastavam navasti. In reality, it does not exist. Because, please understand, these three is called anubhava gocharam. I'm using very carefully technical words so that it becomes easier for you to understand the concept. This jnana, we call jnanam. So jnanam means what? Pramanam. Jñeyam means what? Vishayam, object. And jñātā means what? Karta, the doer, the person. Now, jñātā, jñeyam, and jñanam, actually, they are anubhava gocharam. It is in the field of experience. And based on their, let us say, activities, based on their activities, what happens? Now they have been classified. One is called as jnanam, other one is called jñeyam, jñātā, iti. But from absolute standpoint, paramarthata, asatyam iti. So instead of asatyam, he uses this word, tritayam nasti vastavam iti. In reality, they don't exist. There is no division at all. In fact, only one thing exists. That's why very jocularly we say, what is your right? That is my left. What is my left is your right. What is your front is my back. What is my back is your front. Now tell me, what is your right, what is your left? And what is right and left? So to confuse people, sometimes we use this, but this is the truth, this is the reality. So what you hold on to as right, that is your right. Now if you try to turn, again go back differently, that becomes left. So this right or left, it's just a point of reference. But in reality, there is nothing called right or left. So in our day-to-day transaction, we all also use this concept. Now, that is what is being extended here. That jñātā, jñanam, and jñeyam. These three are in the level of experience. Anubhava gocharam iti. But paramarthata, they don't exist. In fact, it is asatyam. It appears as though there are three things. But in reality, only one thing exists. Because all these are what? avidyā kalpita. All are imagined. It is the babies, it is the family of avidyā, the ignorance. Then who am I? Saha aham asmi niranjanah iti. So that means what? I am someone sarva adhisthana bhutam iti. Aham sarvasya adhisthana bhutah. And because of which all these tripuṭi triad exist or appear. It is me who is that. So I don't come under one category that I am jñātā sometimes, I am the knower. Sometimes, no, not I am knower. I am objectively known to be known by someone. Or sometimes I am jñānam, I am knowledge. In reality, no. That's why aham, what is that? Niranjanah iti. So niranjanah means what? Na kischit kaschit dosha iti. I don't have any dosham, any defect. That is what they translate as what? Stainless, free from any sort of stain, any sort of impurities, ityartha. How? He says, look, when a person is associated with upadhi, very nice word we use. How it is niranjana? How I am stainless? Because when I am connected with upadhi, definitely there will be some type of problem. Like we give example, crystal. If there is a crystal, now crystal is next to this cloth. Now how it will appear? I cannot say ruby because it is not red. So it will not appear as crystal. It will give the sight of some other stone. So this appearance of some other stone, that color is what? Kalamalam, impurity on crystal or not? Why did it happen? Because of the upadhi. The cloth that was next to it. So wherever I am connected with upadhi and I consider that is me, then what happens? There has to be malam, there has to be impurity. I am someone sarva upadhi vilakshanamiti. I am free from all sort of upadhis. So what a beautiful way of looking at this niranjana. That's why what we need to understand here. We need to understand that, look, naham jñātā na jñeyam iti. Naham jñātā na kaschit jñeyam na kinchit jnanam. Aham eva kevalam sakshi chaitanya swarupaha niranjana iti. So I need to see myself. I am not a jñātā, I am not a knower. Because the moment I say that I am knower, I create a division. There is object of knowledge, or there are object to be known or already known. And it will continue. There is no end to it. That's why we say, let the knowledge take place. However, and when this happens with this understanding, I am Sakshi Swarupa. That's why I allow things to pass. That is the basic thing we do. That's why we do meditation, especially even if including japa. As we keep doing japa, there are few points to be observed. That unless we really prepare ourselves, this Vedanta will not work. So when we do japa, I have seen many people, many ways they do japa. Walking, talking, this and that. And some people don't know. Moving, shaking body, this, that, all these things. Technically wrong. If you are shaking and doing japa, what does it mean? In fact, you are not doing japa. So your computer with multiprocessor. Okay? Not Linux, okay? Be careful. Imagine, If now I start talking to you, hello, how are you? Like, unless I start doing jazz or what you call, what music, I don't know what other music, okay? Eh? Or, hello, yes, true, 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 true. Nowadays, this Gen Z, they do that, okay? Hello, hi, who, has. So, will you like it? Because what happens here? That means my mind is so restless, not well focused, not well managed. And this is to be observed during japa time, during meditation time. That's why we make sure there should not be, must not be unnecessary movement. Including puja time, this is what we have been trained when you do the puja. Not that you can move the way you want, not the way you want to do. No, there is a procedure you have to follow so that you train your body and mind. Unless the body is being trained, how can you train your mind? It is not possible. It will not work. That is what is being highlighted here. That what I need to do, I need to understand that I am not jñātā, I am not knower. Because the moment I say that I am knower, now my, eyelid will start moving. Okay, next, what is to be known? What is to be done? What is not to be done? Next, next. I need to look at myself. I am not. Let the knowledge happen. That's why try to be a sakshi. Observe what comes, what goes, and enjoy that. And interestingly, understanding that I am Satyam, this is the basic thing. Then what happens? Allow everything come and go. Continuing. Dvaita mulamaho dukkham. Nanyattasyaasti bheshajam. Drishyame mnusha sarvam. Ekoham chidrosha malaha. Here he says, look, oh, this is what we need to really look at very carefully. So here, what is the aho? Oh, tattvabodha janitah drudha nischayah. Very sure. And what he says? Dukkham dvaitamulam iti. If you have any suffering in your life, so all sort of misery, suffering is not because of anything, because of dvaitam, because of duality. The root cause of all the problem is what? Duality ityartha. And what is that duality? Duality starts from jñātā, jñeyam, bheda, rupa. It starts with I am jñātā. This is to be known jñeyam. Or I am knower, I know this. Then next step is what? There are many things to be known. Maybe that fellow knows much more than that. I don't know much. Or I know better than the person. And all sort of problem starts from there. Then not only knowing is not enough. I need to work. I need to get. I need to prove. I need to do this. I need not do that. I know enough. Now let me sleep. Enough. Tired. That is what is being highlighted here. Jñātā, jñeyam, bheda, rupam is dvaitam iti. And that is what sarva dukhasya karanam. Any dukkham that you have in your life, that is the root cause. Don't worry. Don't put the blame on anybody, anything. Nobody is your root cause. It is you who, yes, they might have poured some water, okay? So they might have provoked you or fascinated you. That is what they do it. In fact, that is also part of it. It's a package, okay? And he says, look, there is no other remedy. Na anya tasya asti vesajam iti. Very clearly, he says, look, that you need to understand that there is no other remedy to get rid of this problem or this disease. He uses this bhasaja means medicine means what? For disease. This is a permanent disease we have. Oh, if this is the case, then what could be the, you know, here, what could be the medicine? So medicine wise also we need to see. These are the few things. He says, look, we do look at different type of medicine, especially when we have problem. Somebody will say, go to temple. Somebody say, graha dosham, take care of graha. Do this, do that. Yes. Remember, all these are useful, not that it is not required or should not be done. It is exactly, which is unfortunately, all of you know this, regarding medicine. How this sugar medicine or cholesterol medicine, BP medicine, how did it start? And what was the purpose? It's a very amazing thing to observe. Actually, all these medicines, sugar, cholesterol, BP, all these medicines were being created to stabilize the body before operation. I hope I'm talking some technical thing, okay? It's an amazing concept that nobody talks. Because before operation, everything has to be under control so that operation can happen. Now this pharmaceutical company, they discovered is a huge market. So what they did, they pushed their mechanism that this is a medicine to be prescribed. Doctors have no, I cannot say no brain, they are helpless. That's the right word. Or else your license will be taken away. Makes no difference. No time, your license will be taken away. Then what happens? That's why you can see every few years, especially BP comes down, cholesterol level comes down or not. What is the necessity? We are the same human being. Why to come down? Because they understand diabetic also. Once you bring to this level a package, then what happens? Tablet to be consumed, medicine to be consumed. So how the tablet was being discovered or medicine was being discovered to stabilize the body before operation. But now, unfortunately, people are dependent on this medicine. Is it solving the problem? Only people are dependent. But not, don't say that it is not useful. It is definitely useful. But it is not going to solve a problem. So also here, when this is the root problem I have, what is my root problem? The problem is that duality. Now to solve this problem, I can do upasana. I'm going ultimate, okay? Then I'll come down. So when I do upasana, there is upasya to be worshipped, to be dwelt upon. Now, do I create the division or not? Now today he's not listening to it because today is a so much festival, so he is going everywhere. He doesn't come to me. Can you see this? Okay, I want to do bhajan. Is it going to work? I want to do pranayama. Is it going to work? Anything I do is not going to work because they are not the medicine. Yes, they are helpful to make everything under control, but in the process, I depend upon. That's why today, if you do 100 malas, tomorrow you have to do 150. If you do meditation for 1 hour, next day you have to increase. Unless you increase, your mind will not be. And not that it's bad, it is must. You must. Unless you do that, you will not understand this either. But that is not the purpose. That is what is to be highlighted here. We need to do japa. We need to do puja. We need to do any sort of upasana. In fact, you must do it. But while doing, remember, that is not ultimate. Like while taking BP tablet, you have to make sure that unnecessary you are not raising your mind. You are not involving too many things in too many things unnecessary. You keep taking and you keep engaging in many things. What will happen? Only your dose will increase. Is it clear? So also upasana is must. Along with upasana, you need to do atma vichar. That's the main purpose. And that is what he highlights very nicely and carefully. That केवल अद्वैत ज्ञानम एवं भेषजम. Because without advaita jnanam, definitely cannot be. Why? Because remember, wherever there is Vedam, wherever there is differences, there raga dveṣa. Tatra raga dveṣa. Who? There raga and dveṣa. Likes and dislikes. And once there is raga and dveṣa, then what happens? Through that, dukkham will flow in or not. What you like, I may not like. Or time may not like. What you don't like, that doesn't mean that others should not like. So that means through raga and dveṣa, the flow of dukkham comes in my life. Remember this most important point. So if I have more dukkham, that means my raga and dveṣa is stronger. The stronger raga and dveṣa in me, deeper dukkham in me, or the flow of dukkham becomes faster in me, deeper in me, forcefully they come in. That's why what you need to do, look, etat sarvam, next line says, etat sarvam drishyam, because this is seen, this is observed, mrusha iti. Because remember, whatever is seen, yat drishyam tat nashyam. Whatever is seen, that is subject to get destroyed. In fact, we say, yat drishyam tat anatma iti. That is not atma. Drishyatvat. And when these are things being seen, observed, it is mithya. And being anatma. So what you need to do? He says, look, I need to see aham ekah chandrasah amalah iti. So he says aham, very nice word he uses carefully. So who is that aham? Aham eva ekah. Aham ekah means aham eva aditya. I am someone without any difference, without any second thing exist. And not chandrasa, it should be chidrasa. Yeah, it is chidrasa, not chandrasa. I should say, what is chidrasaha? Okay, I'm sorry. So it is chidrasaha. That's why I was looking at what is chandrasaha. So how to translate chandrasa now? While reading, talking to you, I am talking to my mind. I said chandrasa. So where this chandrasa word come? Not possible. That's why I was searching. But it's chidrasa. So this chidrasaha, when he says, that means what? I am only chaitanyam iti. My swarupam is a consciousness chit only. That means what? Because if it's that, and he says amalaha iti. Amalaha means what? Mala rahita. So what is mala? Mala means impurity, okay? I hope you remember these words, okay? Mala means impurity. Amala means opposite. So impurity rahita, okay? Mala rahita. So that you can pick up these words slowly, okay? So impurity rahita means, what is that impurity? Impurity is nothing, rāga, dveṣa. So sometimes we add avidyā, rāga, dveṣādi, etc. etc. You understand? Adi sabdena, etc. So the moment you say avidyā, rāga, dveṣādi, they are nothing but called malam iti. So that means what is to be understood from this verse? Very simple. Dvaitam samsara. Duality is samsara. What is samsara? Hey, not your samsara, Tamil samsara, okay? So, dvaitam samsara means sense of becoming. Duality is a sense of becoming. And there is a craving. I want to become. And what is moksha? Opposite of samsara? Opposite of dvaita, advaita. Advaitam moksha iti. So that means what? He says very nicely, dukhasya karanam bheda darshanam. The problem of me having problem is not because of anything, because I see the differences. I encourage, I nourish, I maintain. And tasya nivritihi abheda jnānat eva. And how it can go away? When I discover that there is advaita jnanam. That's why what I need to understand, nanyat asti. In this society, in this world, there is nothing. There is no second thing, not dvitiyam. Whatever I see, sarvam mithya iti, including this body, including the thought I am thinking, that all are mithya. Including that I think only I exist, that itself is also mithya. That is ultimate, okay? And of course, aham eva satyam chaitanya matra. When I do this, then what happens? Automatically, dvaita tyagat happens. The duality gets resolved, loses its strength. Remember this point. So when the duality loses its strength, dukkha nivriti takes place. You become free from dukkham. So that's why what I need to do here, I need to do pasana more. I need to do japa more to assimilate, to understand this, to abide with this knowledge. But they are not vesajam. They are auxiliary, they are secondary vesajam, like operation. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you, all of you. Very good.
Recording stopped.